Okay, so you're growing up in these various neighborhoods, but you're not gang related at all.
Right.
And a situation happened where a bunch of Crips jumped you?
Right.
What happened?
So that was like 1980. Walking home from a football game late at night, I had on a red jacket. And at that point, it didn't matter. Even though it was a school color jacket, it didn't matter. I got jumped. I want to say I was trying to fight, but I'd be lying. They rushed me and I couldn't even swing back. Found myself on the ground. I was getting stomped and kicked. I don't remember. I kind of blacked out for a minute, and I saw this guy. This before we used the term smokers. Wasn't many homeless people, but so I think we used the term bums back then. Just a random guy walking the streets, and he started pulling them up off me. So that was like 1980.
Okay, and these were Rollin 60s?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you get jumped, you go home, and you tell your mom.
No, I banged on the door because they was walking that way towards our house. So I banged on the door. My brother opened the door. And he went outside. And my mother came down the stairs like, why? Why is you banging on the door? And she saw my face. And I told her what happened. So that's how she found out.
Okay. And your mom went and grabbed the gun.
She got the thing.
Okay. She go outside and confront these guys with a gun?
Only one of them came down the street. The rest of them was kind of, I'd say like maybe a quarter of a mile away. And they looked and seen me outside talking to my brother and my mother. And they saw the one guy who was out there. And yeah, she had the thing on her, so.
Okay. And that situation caused you to move?
Well, that scared her. That made me mad. You know, I can't say I wasn't gangbanging because 1977 I had hung out with the Bloods in Inglewood. But every year she would take us back to the east side, the 20s on the east side. So I had affiliation with them. It's just that I wasn't out there trying to write my name on the wall or hurt nobody. But yeah, she wanted me to live, save my life, so.
Okay, so you moved to San Diego?
Oh no, I moved to San Diego. Yeah, that was a year. No. I had moved to San Diego prior to that.
Okay.
Because I used to steal cars. So when I came back, that's when that happened. And that's when I moved to my grandmother's house. And my grandmother on my father's side lived in the West Side 20s.
So at what point did you become an official Rollin 20 Blood?
I wouldn't say there's nothing official. I mean, you know, my mother and all her family grew up in the East Side 20s. They went to 20th Street Elementary School. So, you know, officially I'm in there, whether it's the West Side or the East Side. But when I moved to the West Side, that was the end of 1980. But even then, I'm still just hanging out. But it's more like a family. You know, it's not like, okay, we Rollin 20 Bloods. I mean, even though that's what it was, but a lot of them were younger than me. So I was just hanging out. I wasn't like, I'm Rollin 20 Bloods. I'm like, you know, just there, kind of speak. But going back and forth to school, the Rollin 30 Crips would say, hey, where you walking to? And see that I'm going the opposite way. So by default, so now I got to fight them to get to and from school. Just like on the other side, I had to fight the 60s to get to and from school. So by default, I'm a Blood. It's not like anybody from 20s or Inglewood family or Piru beat me up and said, you're one of us.
Okay, so you never got jumped in?
It wasn't like that back then. All you got to do is fight the Crips and you're one of us.
Okay. So how old were you when you felt, okay, I really am a Rollin 20 right now. Like, I represent this. I'm writing my name up. Their enemies are my enemies. Because at that time, the 20s had a long list of enemies.
Oh, definitely.
Schoolyards, West Boulevard Crips, Rollin 30s Crips, Rollin 40s Crips, Mid-City Stoners, 18th Street.
Mid-City Stoners wasn't the enemies back then.
No?
No. 18th Street wasn't enemies back then. That didn't come till like 1993.
Oh, later on.
Yeah, so back in 1977, living at my grandmother's house in Inglewood for the summer, we would go to the mall, we go to the park, and they would tell us, the Crips gonna be there. You get on the bus, the Crips are there. So at the age of 13, I decided, I'm not gonna run from them. So I didn't want to be a blood. I just didn't want to be a victim of the Crips. So at 13, I said, man, I don't care, man. If they come, I'm gonna fight them. It's whatever. So that was just like introduction to the blood gang. And like I said, living with my daddy, going to Audubon and Dorsey, I knew all the Blackstones, so I knew all the Inglewood families. When I moved in 1980, now I know all the Rollin 20 Bloods. So it wasn't like I'm saying, okay, now I'm a Rollin 20 Blood. It was like I hang with the Bloods. I don't want to be a part of the Crips, the foolishness, something like that.